Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be here again to share with you more content about how to create content for your business. And if you want to learn how to begin your brand, you're just thinking about starting your own brand and you don't know where to start, this video is for you. All right, everybody, so it's a brand new year and it's time. Some of you have been thinking about starting your own business online or starting your brand. And I want to give you a couple of tips that can help you, because not only have I started brands, but I've rebranded and relaunched on several occasions throughout my entire 17 years online with creating online business for myself and also for my clients in the past. So I want to help give you some tips that I think will help you to figure out the process of branding so it's a little bit easier and simplified, especially for solopreneurs, maybe solopreneurs on a budget even. So I want to help you if you want to do this, you want to bootstrap your way through creating your brand, but not cut corners. You want to do your very best and be excellent in all you do, but you don't want to put in a whole lot of money up front because you are just getting your feet wet, then I want to help you with that. So the first tip I have for you is to, of course, gain clarity on your purpose, because if you don't know what your purpose is, then you don't want to start. You don't want to start anything until you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Now, the way I like to look at it is your purpose is not just what you're actually offering. It's not just your service or your product that you're offering to your audience. It is why you do what you do. It's your why. So whatever you're offering to your audience, there has to be a why behind it that's driving you to create the product or to create the service. And that's what's going to fuel you to keep going when you feel like giving up. So it's going to keep your business going. And you really need to have passion for what you do and be motivated to wake up to do those tasks every morning because of your mission and your purpose. So is your purpose to make people laugh or smile? A lot of comics and comedians, that's what they do. They make people happy. They bring joy to people's lives. And even, especially during this pandemic and during all that we're going through right now as a nation, as a world, so many people are depressed and so many people are sad and have lost so much. And so comedians have a special place in my heart because they bring joy to people in a variety of ways, whatever type of comedy you like. It's whatever speaks to you, right? So that's what comedians do. They take their type of comedy and they bring it to you and they attract the people that like their kind of comedy. And so that's just one example. If you are, let's say, a songwriter, then your music is supposed to reach the right people, the people that need the kind of music that you're offering. So maybe you're lifting people up out of a hard time through your music. Maybe you're bringing healing to someone, emotional healing. As an artist, the same thing. Maybe your paintings, maybe the things that you paint. There's this beautiful young African-American lady who created this that's on my wall right now. I got it from a store. I can't remember the name of the store, but her works were quite popular in the store. So I bought one and I just want to support because I know, like, when I look at this, and I'll show you guys, I think that's pretty cool. I like it because it reminds me of empowerment and joy and freedom and just being who you are, being yourself. So I put that on my wall right above my keyboard. So it reminds me to keep going with my music and my songwriting. Whatever you are bringing to the table, whether you are a digital marketer, whether you're a teacher who creates printables and worksheets and workbooks for other teachers to use in the classroom, what are you offering and why are you offering that? Why are you motivated to do that? Is it to make someone laugh, to give them healing in their hearts, to make their lives a lot easier, more simplified, where they don't have to run around and try to grab everything. They can just get it from your website. What is it that you're trying to do? So think about your mission. That's the first thing. The second thing is, now that you clarified your purpose, your mission, like, what is your message to your audience? Are you trying to tell them something through your work and through your delivery? What is the main message? So for me on this channel and what I do at my website, demetriazinga.com, is I coach women entrepreneurs, solopreneurs specifically, on how to create content to build your business online. And that is my message. I'm teaching you how to create profitable content, not just content that you're throwing out there, but that you're strategizing so that you are making an income with your content. So I do that in a way where I'm reaching people who are very busy, may already be working a 9 to 5 right now, and maybe just want to start something on the side, like your side hustle while you're working in your 9 to 5. So this doesn't have to be, from my perspective, something that you totally quit your job to do, but it's something that maybe you add on to what you're already doing so that maybe you're able to explore your passions and your hobbies and things that you haven't been able to do while working your scheduled job, your full-time job every day. I always warn solopreneurs or those who want to be that this is not something you want to quit your job to do right off the bat. You definitely want to have your strategy in place and wait at least a year after you've spent the amount of time you need to get your core content up and going and figured out how you're going to monetize maybe your YouTube channel or your blog or even a podcast. Figure those things out. Give yourself at least a year to get going. And then if you feel like you can quit your job, then quit your job. But I never, ever want to recommend that someone just jump off, the deep end into this online sphere of working, because it does take time to build. Especially if you're not purchasing a lot of Facebook ads and YouTube ads and Instagram ads, and you're doing it all organically, which is what I call bootstrapping, which is what I've been doing over the years. And that can take a little time to build up to a point where you feel like it's comfortable, where you're getting clients and where you're actually running things so that you have an idea of how much money you're going to be making from month to month. That takes time. It does take time. So don't jump into it. Just a little warning, and just, to be very, very honest and clear about what this is. I will never lie to you on this channel and tell you that you can make 7 figures within, 12 months or anything like that. And I will never sell a coaching program that teaches you how to do that, because it's not possible for everybody to do that in that manner. So you just have to take your time sometimes, especially if you're already working a full-time job, and just work your way into this, and you'll see results with time. It's just all about strategy and consistency. The next thing you want to do is think about how you want to deliver your content. How do you want to package it and deliver that? So branding is all about how you look, right? Online. It's about how you present your website. So we're thinking colors, and, color palettes, okay? Because I love design, so I love to throw together different colors and see how they work together. So take some time to do that, or have a designer do that for you. Also, you want to think about your logo. If you're branding yourself as a coach, then you may want to use your name. How do you want your name to look as far as the script and the type, the fonts? How do you want, what colors do you want to use? What fonts do you want to use? Those are the 2 main questions for your website. So give that to your website designer to figure out for you, and to your logo designer to figure it out. But have an idea of the colors that you want to use on your website, and the fonts. If you have particular fonts that you're really, really you love them. And so you'll want to let your designer know that your header 1 font could be maybe a script font, and then the rest of it can be something that you really like. I happen to love the Montserrat family in fonts. I like Poppins, and I love the script called Modern Line. I also love the script called Brittany. So I might have a few examples of those on the screen that you can look at, but those are some of the ones that I've been using on my websites because I really like those fonts. So think about font pairings, think about colors, think about logos. I might even put my logo up here or here so you can see what I mean. And then just go for it. Then think about messaging. What do you want to sound like when you talk to your audience? So think about how you want your blog post to sound. How do you want your podcast to sound? How do you want your YouTube videos to sound? What is the tone? Are you upbeat, bubbly, sparkly, cheerful? Are you serious? Are you more like professional and polished? Are you more in a teaching mode? Are you more of an educator? Are you more, there's a lot of different tones that you can use. And then you can even think about the colors that will be in the background of your videos or the colors that will be on your website and how that, how that plays into your actual tone of your message. Are you going to have more of an energetic, sparkly, creative sort of tone, whimsical, fun, lively? There's a lot of adjectives I can use right now, but you have to figure out what your tone is, because that's all really having to do with your personality and the kind of business you want to run. So when you're a solopreneur, your business is really you. So whatever you're bringing to the table, make sure that you're comfortable with it, because that is what's going to define your business online. So just be comfortable in your skin and just be who you are, and your business will take on a life of its own. All right, next up is technology. Now, I know this part is a little bit tricky because there's so many moving parts, and I'm not going to get into all the nuts and bolts of that right now on this video. I'm just going to give you a little overview of what you could be doing with your technology. So you want to, number one, have a blog, a website that you blog on a regular basis to keep adding content to your website. So your blog, in order to have a blog, you need to choose a platform that you're going to blog on regularly. Now, I'm jaded. I have been using WordPress for 17 years, and I just think it works, okay? But I'm also going to say that I have also used Squarespace. So I don't recommend, you know what, I'm not going to say that I don't recommend one over the other. I'm just going to say that for the purposes of growing your blog, I would say that WordPress is probably going to be the platform that gives you the most versatility for search engine optimization and a lot of other things. There's lots of bells and whistles you can add onto WordPress because it is open source. So there are always going to be developers and coders that are always adding new plugins into the repository. And there's so many things that you can do, so many options available in WordPress. Whereas if you are a beginner with blogging and you just need to get started and WordPress is overwhelming to you, which it can be, it doesn't have to be. I will be offering a course really soon. I'm repackaging a course. It's about WordPress and it's how to get started on it. So once I get that course up, I will definitely share that with you guys. But WordPress is not super difficult either. But if you feel like learning WordPress is getting in your way initially, I can recommend Squarespace to start. And then you may want to eventually trickle over into WordPress, transition with time, because it's going to save you money actually to be on WordPress. But that's another video for another day, all about the differences between WordPress and Squarespace and other platforms. I don't want to recommend to you any of the other platforms out there. I don't recommend Wix for a couple of reasons. I may have to do another video for that. And I'm not going to recommend Weebly. I'm not going to recommend anything else out there, really. And there are a lot of options. The only other thing I guess that I could recommend for you, if you're willing to put the money into it, would be Kajabi. But again, Kajabi is it does everything. So you've got your newsletter creation, mailing list management, as well as websites. So it does a lot. Kajabi is a bit on the price you're in, and that's why I don't recommend it if you're just starting out. I recommend WordPress. It's just simple as that. So get your website up, figure out which platform you want to use, and get started. If it's all overwhelming to you and you just can't figure it out, start on Squarespace, get started. Then with time, you can always move over your blog into WordPress. Then you'll want to set up your blog. And once it's set up, you want to start creating that content. So you want to already have ideas about the categories of content that you're going to create. So here are my categories. So as you can see, I have categories on branding, business women's wellness, content creation, content marketing, productivity for solopreneurs, the solopreneur/mompreneur lifestyle, and tech tutorials. So those are my broad categories for what I'm offering at my coaching site and also here on YouTube. So you'll have to come up with a couple of different categories of topics that you're going to be talking about, and make sure you stick with it. Just do the work, do the work that needs to be done to keep it going. And so if you need any ideas, motivation, helps, stop on by my website, demetriazinga.com, and I'm here for you. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps a lot. Bye.